Exactly. You drawing sexual attention to yourself. That's the complete opposite of modest. Because modesty means you're shamefaced. You're not drawing attention to yourself. But a lot of our people today, do they dress modestly? Think about Sexy Red, Glorilla, Cardi B. Do they dress modestly?
And be not conformed.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I see you watching the videos. I see you watching the classes. Why you not subscribed? Subscribe today. Click the link below, all right? Don't miss out, Israel. Shalom.
Conform to this world.
So, Shemaiah, you got a question? Or you just here to learn? Just here to listen? All right, so I got a question for you, right? You know who you are? You know that you're an Israelite? Are you keeping the commandments?
I believe so.
You believe so? All right, get Deuteronomy chapter, I think it's 10 and 12. Yeah, we'll start with that. All praise you know you're an Israelite. How long you know you're an Israelite?
A few years now.
Been a few years now? Okay. All praises. So, now that you know you're an Israelite and you've been knowing, you got to start putting actions behind it. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. You got to show God that you really love him, right? I think you was here when I was dealing with the brother about the beard. You got to put actions behind that, right? So, read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So Moses is speaking to the Israelites. He say, hey, the Lord requires something from you. Read.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord.
How do you show the Lord you fear him?
Upright.
Get Psalm chapter 111 and verse 10. How'd you say?
Walk upright.
Walk upright. If you all right. You on point with that. To show the Lord that you fear him, you have to put actions behind it. That's why when we was dealing with the brother about him having to grow his beard, he was showing the Lord that he doesn't fear him. Because he said, nah, I'm going to do me. But the Lord is going to put him to death for that. You have the opportunity to learn how to properly fear the Lord. Read what you got.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
So when you start to fear the Lord, truly, you're going to start having application. You're going to start gaining the wisdom of this Bible. Read.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
So in order to show the Lord that you fear him, you have to do his commandments. You know what's about to happen once that sun sets?
Sabbath.
It's the Sabbath. How do you keep the Sabbath?
Rest.
You rest. Okay, that's part of it. But what else?
No work, no bind.
Okay, so all praise. You got that. You're missing one thing. Get Leviticus 23. You're missing one key piece to the Sabbath. How to keep it properly. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 2. Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel.
So, we're getting the context. He says, speak unto the children of Israel. How you doing, sis? What's your name? I'm sorry, what? Keisha? Nice to meet you. My name is Nathaniel. You with Shemaiah? All right, all praise. So you've been learning too. You know who you is? What tribe you from? What tribe you from? All right, we'll get to that. So he said that we have to keep the Sabbath. Judah? All right, all praises. He gave you the answer though. But he said that we have to keep the Sabbath. So he said we don't have to buy, we can't work, we can't buy, we can't sell. But there's one small thing he's missing. Read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord.
So we're about to talk about the Sabbath. It's one of the feasts of the Lord. Read.
Which ye shall proclaim to be a holy convocation.
If something is holy, what does that mean? It's set apart. Exactly. Sanctified. All praise. Y'all on point. Read.
Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall thy work be. 6 days shall thy work be done. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
So we already went over the Sabbath, but how do you keep it fully? Read.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation.
My bad. So I stopped it. It says the Sabbath is a holy convocation. You know what it means to convocate? What's another word for that? Congregate. So along with keeping the Sabbath, everything you named, you have to come congregate. Do you keep the Sabbath with anybody, or do you keep it by yourself?
Brothers.
With your brothers? Who's your brothers?
Yeah, they around. Yeah,
They around?
Yeah, they know. Yeah, they around.
Okay. Do they know who they are? Like they know the Israelites? All right, all praise. So you are keeping it. You congregate. But get Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Because there's more to it. We are supposed to congregate. We have to gather together. Well, I'm kind of giving you the answer, but we have to start gathering together with like-minded brothers and sisters. You have to be able to gather around men that you know are keeping the commandments to the fullest of their abilities, so that they can teach you. If you was to go off, they got to correct you. Like, for example, is this your wife? All praises. But if it wasn't, guess what? Those men have to correct you. Like, nah, bro, you can't be dealing with the sis. You got to marry her. That's what proper men of God do. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. You're almost there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's Zechariah. But the point is, bro, Shemaiah, and you said, Keisha, my bad. You have to come together and join amongst men of God that are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. For example, I'm looking at y'all dressing, right? Y'all are breaking some commandments right now. You know about fringes? Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. All right.
I'm just not learning, but I'm willing to learn.
All right, all praises. That's exactly what you need. You need a willing spirit to learn. Hey, step over something to the right, just a little bit. You need a willing spirit to learn, because
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Get 1 Peter's. I know I got you jumping. Get 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. Because I'm going to get this going off what she just said. Because she said that she got a learning spirit, right? We all was the same way. When we was coming in, when I was coming in, all these men in purple, they all had that same spirit. They just wanted to learn more because they wanted to please God. So, 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. All right, read. Never mind. Just get numbers. Get numbers, man. Numbers chapter 15. We'll just get to the point. We'll get to the point. Numbers 15. Old Testament. There you go. Numbers 15 and verse 38. Because, sis, we're going to deal with that. That willing spirit to learn, that's a fantastic spirit. I was going to read 1 Peter 2 and verse 2. We'll get to that, Lord willing. But it says, desire the sincere milk of the word. Notice, it said desire. You have to desire to learn what you're not doing right. And part of that is fringes. Read.
This is the book of Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments.
So one of the commandments that Moses gave the Israelites was to put fringes on the borders of your garments. This is a fringe, right? Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generations.
So this was a commandment that was supposed to go on forever. But when you look at the black communities, you don't see our people wearing fringes. The last ones that were wearing fringes were the so-called Native Americans. But the white man beat that out of them too. They used to put fringes on their garments. If you come look at this picture right here. Come look at this one, Keisha and Shemaiah. Right, this one right here. It shows the Native Americans, they had fringes on because they are the children of Israel. They come from the tribe of Gad or from the tribe of Reuben. But keep reading what you have.
That they put upon their fringe a border and a ribbon of blue.
So a part of putting the fringes is having a border of blue. If you look at all the men around, guess what? They got fringes and a border of blue. Right. That's the next part to keeping the commandments properly. Because that border of blue is supposed to what? Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments.
So when you have the fringes on and you're doing it properly, you're gonna see your fringes and be like, I can't smoke this blunt. I can't drink that bottle of tequila. I gotta put it down. Because the fringes are a reminder to keep God's laws. So, what else? Get Deuteronomy 22 and verse, hold on, get 1 Timothy's first. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. I'm gonna ease you into it. Because another part of the fringes is just your dress code in general, right? So we're gonna bring out 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9, read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So one of the commandments of the Bible is that the woman adorns themselves in modest apparel. Do you know what modest means, sis? What's it mean? Conservative, right?
Not showing too much.
Right. Well, it was a sister over there, she was wearing booty shorts, but would that be considered modest? No, that's not modest at all. What is that doing?
It's showing too much. It's giving people a different outlook on you and then a judgment on you. And just
Exactly. You draw sexual attention to yourself. That's the complete opposite of modest. Because modesty means you're shamefaced. You're not drawing attention to yourself. But a lot of our people today, do they dress modestly? Think about Sexy Red, Glorilla, Cardi B. Do they dress modestly? Ah, good. You don't need to. But keep reading.
In modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety.
So when you dress modestly, it's gonna put a spirit on you. You're gonna be shamefaced. You're gonna know, oh, I gotta be sober. You ever see two girls in dresses fighting? You have? They got modest dresses. Now, I'm not talking about like skin tight. I'm talking about they in modest apparel. You think about two princesses. You ever seen two princesses fight? No, because modesty, dressing modesty, it puts a spirit on you. You're gonna be calm. All right, get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. I got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. Don't get mad at him. Y'all both learning. Okay, all praise. So part of this, going back to that 1 Peter 2 and 2, you have a desire to learn. You need that. All right? Read what you got. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. Because we're getting one more thing dealing with modesty. How to do it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So, dealing with the man. You already said it. Yes, exactly. A woman is not supposed to wear pants. If I was up here teaching or trying to talk to you in a dress, would you take me seriously? Nah, you would think I'm insane. But we'll go on TV, watch Tyler Perry, right? He dresses as Medea. He dresses as a woman, but we laugh at it. That stuff is not funny. That goes against God's laws. Keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
By you putting on pants or by me putting on a dress, we're dressing in strange apparel. And God says that's an abomination. He'll put us to death for that.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.